Hello everyone, and thank you for stopping by the Dante's Hearthstone and Gaming channel. We've actually gone over a few decks already. We've gone over the Shutterwalk Shaman and the Elemental version of the Shutterwalk Shaman. Now we're going to take a look at the Genn Greymane Handlock. And if you guys aren't familiar with Genn Greymane, it is the card that was spoken about when they spoke about Baku the Moon Eater. And what they were basically trying to do is they're trying to add a different deck building for Constructed. So Genn Greymane, at the start of the game, if your deck has only even cost cards, your starting hero power costs 1. Baku the Moon Eater, at the start of the game, if your deck only has odd cost cards, your hero power is basically upgraded. But for the most part, a lot of the cards that you're used to seeing in Handlock are actually in Handlock. See, and as you can see, our hero power is now costs 1 mana. Which means for us, that's actually better because we have cards like Twilight Drake and Mountain Giant, which are reduced. Mountain Giant is reduced for the amount of cards that you have in your hand, so the more cards we have in our hand, the cheaper he is. And our Twilight Drake gains +1 health for each card in our hand. So the quicker we can fill our hand, the quicker we can get these out and get some board presence.
Almost out of time.
So I think we're gonna pass. So I can get this Mountain Giant out soon. Ooh, we got a second one. Turn 3 Mountain Giant. I think that's gonna be good. But yeah, most of the common handlock cards are in here. The Twilight Drake, the Sun Fury Protector, the Doomsayers, the Ancient Watcher. There's also a couple cards in here for health gain. We have 2 Siphon Souls and our spellstones. We have Defender of Argus in here as well, which we can put with our Mountain Giants. So let's see here. Do I want to drop a taunt, or do I want to drop an Ancient Watcher and then Argus next turn? I think we're going to pass, and I think we'll Argus next turn. We'll save the coin for something else. But there's a lot of the classic pieces in here. But the Genn Greymane card actually makes this. Alright, I think we're gonna get rid of this silly mana worm because it's starting to piss me off. Genn actually makes this deck actually viable again because we can fill our hand pretty quick. He's playing Crow Mage. Great. Well, guess what, bud? I'm going to Hellfire. I think we'll drop this. And whatever he plays next turn, we're going to use our spellstone so we can get some health back. Another crow. And guess what? We are going to spellstone that crow. We're gonna play our Ancient Watcher. Go ahead and kill that. And we'll go ahead and life tap. Oh, perfect. We can use that right here on our Ancient Watcher. But yeah, a lot of the components that are in normal Handlock are actually in here. As I've said in my past videos, I'm going to be doing a lot of newer content since the Witchwood is roughly about a week or I think it's still about a week old, and like we're gonna play Lich King.
Warriors of the frozen wastes.
But there's a look at the Handlock. But as I've said in my other videos, if you guys subscribe to my channel, Dante's Hearthstone and Gaming, you guys will be able to keep up to date on some of the new decks that are going to be coming out, and a few of the decks that are being played around with right now. Some of these may work for a while, some of these people may find counters for, but at this present time most of them are actually working. So drop a comment, let me know what you thought of the video. Hit that subscribe button, like I said, to keep up to date, to keep up with all the new videos that I'm going to be releasing. But as I said before, there's Ancient Watcher, which is a classic staple, Doomsayer, Stone Fury Protector, Defender of Argus, Hellfire, Shadow Flame, Twilight Drake, Siphon Soul, and Mountain Giant. There's a new card called Curse of Weakness, which can actually help you out if you're trying to get like a Doomsayer off on a really big board. Basically this has an echo effect, so you can play it multiple times if you have the mana, but each time you do it reduces all enemy minions by 2 attack until your next turn. So that means that your opponent will deal with reduced attack enemies, which means if you're able to play it enough times to reduce it to 0, for example, your Doomsayer will easily be able to clear the board. Vulgar Homunculus helps with dealing damage to your hero if you have your spellstones in hand, so that's a heal that we have. Siphon Soul is a heal. Lich King is basically a taunt for us to get Death Knight cards from, and also gives something for our opponent to have trouble dealing with. Blood Reaver Gul'dan is here for healing, as well as bringing back our hooked Reavers and our Homunculus, so we have some taunts. Hooked Reaver I typically don't play unless my health is below 15, because every time I have, it's actually not staying on the board that long. But the reason that we have this card in our deck is because we're going to be tapping more often, so our health is going to easily be reduced to 15 or less, and when it's reduced to 15 or less, this actually gets a buff. It gets +3/+3 in taunt. But I want to thank you guys again for stopping by my channel and checking out this deck, and as always, thank you for watching.